Creating an inviting spot for you to work can increase your productivity by 20%, but having the right pieces of tech on your desk can help increase your productivity way more than that. It's very hard to find the right pieces of tech that will actually help you increase your productivity because there's hundreds of different pieces of tech out there. So today I'm going to shine some light on the 7 top picks that I have. Now, I don't know about you, but I need at least 2 or 3 monitors to complete my tasks throughout the day. I truly couldn't tell you why I need that. Maybe it's because I'm coordinating a moon landing at NASA. Now, you're probably saying, well, Parker, there's 1 monitor behind you. Well, this is my YouTube studio, and I don't actually use this desk setup. I have a separate desk setup that is not really all that sexy. So I kind of just staged this to look, a little bit nicer and a little bit more inviting. But yeah, I always need to have at least 3 or 4 monitors. Sometimes I'll get that iPad in there, hop on, and then I got like multiple different screens, and it's basically an organized mess. I have 3 different screens, 1 for each task, and I can kind of bounce back and forth between them. You're probably wondering, Parker, what the hell? Why would I need 3 monitors, and isn't that going to be like $1 billion? Well, no, it's actually not as expensive as you might think. It's actually I don't want to say the word cheap, but it's not as expensive as you may think. Now, I picked up my monitors for about $350 a piece, so that was about $600 on the monitors. Then after that, I also picked up a stand for the 2 monitors at Best Buy, which came out to, I want to say $30 or $40. I don't know. I've just basically been working like this for so long now, I forgot what I paid for it. But there are some monitors that you can get that are just wicked. They're like $600, even $1,200 I just saw the other day for this 49 or 48 inch monitor that literally wraps you and submerses you in your work. Now that is nuts, and I feel like that's more for the gaming side, so for all you gamers, maybe that's it for you. But I just couldn't really stomach spending $1,200 on a monitor, but teach their own, Standby mode has probably been one of Apple's best inventions that they've came out with in a while. So basically what is standby mode? It is when you turn your phone on its side, which is, I think that's landscape mode. You'll basically see everything that you need to see at a glance. It'll tell you the time, your calendar, you can have a photo album, and then with widgets, I think you can just choose basically any kind of widget that you would need to look at. So I actually hate picking up my phone throughout the entire day because I find it very distracting. You go on your phone and then you realize, why did I pick this up? And then you scroll right past the notification, the whole reason why you were there in the first place. This basically just tells you right at a glance. You just look at your phone when the notification comes in and you can read it. It gives you a quick little summary of what the notification is, obviously. Like if it's Gmail, it'll read the email and then you can kind of see it there without having to go to the app. It is very, very, very convenient, and it helps minimize the distraction that is our phone. Now, this is relatively pricey for what it is. I mean, it's literally just a phone stand, but it is very useful. So if you want to make the jump, it's gonna run you anywhere from, I'd say, $90 to $190, depending on which one you buy. I bought the MagSafe and the stand separately, and I also think that you can get these cheaper on Amazon as well. So, do a little bit of investigating before you buy it. So the stand that I bought was about $60, and then the MagSafe charger itself, like just the charger, was $60, and you literally just get the cord for $60, which kind of seems like a ripoff to me. But I mean, I use it as my main charging station. I don't really use a cable anymore since Apple changed the charger, and I just upgraded my phone to the iPhone 15 Pro. It's a great phone, don't get me wrong, but why change the charger, Apple? Why? No, I'm just kidding. I know why. It's in one of my videos that I made. It's a short. So go check it out if you're curious. Now, this is pretty common, this product, so you probably already have them, but it is the AirPods. I mean, I don't think that I could live without my AirPods. I mean, that's a pretty huge statement, but I literally go everywhere with my AirPods because you never know when you just have to like get yourself out of a conversation, like you're just dealing with someone that's annoying and you just pop these in. Turn on the noise canceling. Even throughout the day, I always rock a pair of AirPods. Even on my calls, when I have clients calling me, I'm always using my AirPods. And the best part about it is like I can just basically leave my computer, still have a pod in, and just kind of, you know, listen to either a meeting or just kind of listen to a podcast even while I'm working. Also, I picked up one of these. This is a case for my AirPods. Now it's missing the top, but I assure you that it did come with the top. I just don't know where it's at. But basically, you just go ahead, slide your AirPods in there. And this case has an AirTag attached to it. That's what this dangling thing is. And basically it helps me find my AirPods if I lose them, because I am on my 4th pair of AirPods, believe it or not. AirPods are pretty pricey. I need you to listen to me when I say this. Okay, so bring it in. Do not get the AirPod 1s or the AirPod, I don't know if there's a 2nd generation. Okay, I promise you, they get clogged with earwax. So basically, you're gonna be replacing those quite frequently, which I have done. I think my first pair lasted me like 6 months, and then I bought another pair. I don't know why. And then those last me another 6 months. So I got through the year, but I bought 2 of them when I could have bought just 1 pair of AirPods Pros. And I've had these now, I want to say, for, I don't even know, 3 years. And I did pay about $330 for them, I want to say, $330. Now, in the States, obviously, these prices are all cheaper, but it's because of the conversion why it's so expensive in Canadian. Now, also, if you're interested in my little case that I got here, this probably ran me about $15, and then the AirTag probably ran me about, I want to say, $30 for a pack of like 2. It's definitely worth picking up because you'll never lose them and you will always have your AirPods on hand. This next one is also another one that's very, very common. It is a Google Home. A Google Home is literally probably one of the best things that I've bought. It was literally $30. I got a little Google Home Mini, and that's all you really need. You don't need the Google Home Hub, I think it's called. And I guess you guys have a Google Home Max in the States. I'm not too sure if that's still around, but those were pretty cool when they came out. I love my Google Home Mini. I connected everything to it. So I got my Philips Hue smart lights, my Philips Hue lights in the back there. And then I also have a Wemo switch that's connected to my Google Home. So I could literally just say like, hey Google, turn off my lights. Hey Google, turn them on, dim them, whatever it is. I'm just trying to keep it down because my Google Home's in the other room. So I don't want it to accidentally activate. It didn't. Okay, I thought it did for a second there. There's many different voice assistants that you can go with, like Apple's Home Mini or something like that. And then there's obviously the Amazon Alexa. And I think that's it. But I know that there's maybe a couple more here and there. But Google Home is probably the best because it's cheap and it works with literally everything. So you might as well just pick one up, try it out, connect some of your stuff to it, and there you go. I will say the Apple Home Mini might be good for you Apple users because it can basically be used with all your Apple products. Now, this Apple Home Mini can run you about $130 for just the little miniature one. And if you want to get the massive one, then I think you're out like $450 for a smart home assistant, which might not be worth it. Also, I hear that the audio quality on the actual speakers itself is amazing. So hopefully I can review one for you guys in the future because I'm thinking about picking one up. This is a product that I literally cannot live without, and that is my MX Master mouse and my MX Mechanicals keyboard. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it is literally the best thing that I own in terms of tech. Now, it is expensive. I mean, my MX Master has seen some better days, obviously. I use this thing for literally everything, and it has the ability to connect to 3 different computers, which is why I love it, because obviously a guy with 3 screens has 3 different computers, right? So I can basically just hop between all my computers and not really sit and dick around with the connection and whatnot. And also the MX mechanical key is actually a very good companion with the mouse. Now, it also has the hotkeys where you can actually change between the different computers without having to sit there and pair it and disconnect it and all the bullshit. It saves you so much time. You just literally click the button and now it's connected to my second computer, or if you want to connect it to the first one, it's connecting to the first one. I don't know about you guys that like might love keyboards, but the sound is so nice. Hold on. Like, it's literally so smooth to type on, and the keys are so satisfying to push. So I definitely recommend getting both of these as the bundle pack. All right, so how much does it cost? It's all great until we get to the cost. Well, the keyboard, it costs you about $200 or $250, somewhere in that range, and the MX Master costs you $130 to buy. Now, these are all Canadian funds. Once again, I probably will stop saying that now. You can basically get the bundle together on Amazon, and it's actually cheaper than buying them separately. So maybe if you want to do that, I think it's like $300 for the 2 of them. So you save a little bit of money on the keyboard and mouse. I'm gonna start this off by saying that the iPad is not cheap. It is probably one of the most expensive pieces of tech on this list. I find it's worth its value. Before, if you were to ask me about 2 or 3 years ago, I would say that it is not worth its value because you couldn't really do that much with it. I mean, you could play games on it, surf the web. You can also do like some art designing if that's what you like to do. But now Apple has included so much capability that is crazy not to have one. So for example, I'm actually using the iPad as we speak. So if we look here, say hi everybody, this is what I'm looking at. This is me, my camera, my script. Yes, these videos are scripted. I take the time to write out a script for you guys. But my iPad, I love it, man. It is great. I can basically pair it with my computer, and now it's an extra screen because you know how I love my screens. You can do a whole wide amount of different things on your iPad now. Apple just released, I want to say, Final Cut Pro and Logic Pro X to the iPad now. So you can essentially edit video and audio right directly on your iPad and literally export it to iCloud from your iPad, which is nuts. Like, that is like computer level shit. Like, it's amazing. Also now, Apple has included, I want to say it's called Sidecar, where you can basically drag your mouse onto your iPad and literally use your iPad with your Mac's mouse. Okay, I know that's a lot to sink in, but it's like you can literally drag the mouse over, and then now you're basically using your Mac to control your iPad. Is it cheap? Hell no, it is not cheap. You gotta really want an iPad in order to buy this thing. So if you're looking to get an iPad, you can get it from about $700 to $1,400, which is nuts for an iPad. You're talking $1,499, which is basically $1,500 for an iPad. And then that's not even with the goodies. Now, let's say you want an Apple Pencil. Well, that's an additional $170. And let's say that you want the smart cover keyboard with your iPad because you want to use it as a laptop. Well, that is an additional $599. $600 for that. In total, the iPad Pro will cost you $2,200 to buy. Now, if you compare that to different kinds of things that you could buy with $2,200, you can basically buy a MacBook. I think it's just a MacBook, because the MacBook Pro is just still ridiculously expensive because Apple is not cheap, but they're great. So if you are interested in the iPad, then I would say do it and don't look back, because it's great and I love it and I use it for my everyday tasks. So I feel as though as we move down the list, it gets more and more expensive. Sorry guys, but my number one pick that I cannot live without is my standing desk. I mean, the standing desk is literally the best thing that you can basically ask for. I mean, if you're looking to buy a desk and spend the money, good money on a desk, then get a standing desk, because I'm a type of guy that likes to be sitting for a little bit and then switch it up and stand for a little bit. I mean, that's just kind of how I am. I kind of got like an ADHD sort of thing where I'm like sitting and then I'm like, okay, now I gotta stand. Sit, stand, sit, stand. It is actually very good for your health. It actually helps blood flow throughout your whole body when you stand to work. And I find that I am not actually getting distracted while I'm sitting, because sometimes I associate sitting with lounging around, so you might want to just kind of sit there and lounge instead of getting stuff done. Whereas when you're standing, the blood is flowing through your body and you're more focused on what you're doing. I don't know if there's any scientific studies to back that, but that's what I find. I find that when I'm sitting, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm kind of just fluffing it off, getting it done, you know, just kind of speeding through it. Whereas when I'm standing, you know, I'm focused in on what I'm doing and I'm getting shit done. Now, how much is a standing desk? Well, this is a pretty large range. You can get one for $300 on Amazon, or you can spend $1,400 and probably more on a stand-up desk. I mean, is it worth it? Yes. It is probably more worth it than anything on this list. Just to have the combination of being able to sit and stand, it's kind of great. If you're gonna do it, don't cheap out and get the $300 version, and don't ball out and get the $1,500 version. Get one kind of in the middle, you know, like maybe $400 to $600, and I think you'll be happy with your purchase and you will not look back, trust me. All right, thank you guys for watching. All of the stuff that I listed in this list will be linked down below, and I will let you know that it is an affiliate link because I'm trying to get paid. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.